The city street was alive with the usual afternoon bustle, cars honking, pedestrians rushing, and motorcycles weaving between lanes. Among the crowd was a young blind girl named Emily, her white cane tucked away as she confidently walked beside her guide dog, a strong and disciplined German shepherd named Max. Max wasn't just any guide dog. Before he had been assigned to Emily, he had served as a K9 in the police force. He had spent years tracking criminals, detecting danger and protecting his handlers. But after an injury forced him into early retirement, he had been given a new mission: to guide and protect Emily, a girl who had lost her sight in a tragic accident. Emily trusted Max with her life. He wasn't just her eyes, he was her guardian. But on this particular afternoon, their trust would be tested in a way no one saw coming. As Emily and Max waited at the crosswalk, a group of loud motorcyclists revved their engines nearby. One of them, a tall man in a black leather jacket with a skull emblem on the back, smirked as he noticed the girl and her dog. He nudged his friend and pointed at Max. "Motorcyclist leader, look at that mutt, acting all high and mighty with his little harness." His friend chuckled, but the leader wasn't done. As the light turned green, he rolled his bike closer to the curb where Emily and Max stood. Just as they took a step forward, he did something unthinkable. He stretched out his leg and delivered a sharp kick to Max's side. Emily stumbled, feeling the jolt through the harness. Max yelped in surprise but didn't retaliate. He was trained to endure distractions, to keep his focus on Emily, but the motorcyclist wasn't done. "What's wrong, girl? Can't see your mutt making a fool of himself?" people gasped. Some pulled out their phones, recording the scene, but before anyone could intervene, Max did something no one expected. In a split second, Max's instincts kicked in. Years of training, of protecting his handlers, surged through him. He turned, baring his teeth, and let out a deep, warning growl. His stance shifted, no longer just a guide dog, but a seasoned protector ready to act. The motorcyclist's smug grin disappeared. He had expected a frightened pet, not a trained enforcer. Max lunged, not to bite, but to disarm. His powerful front paws struck the man's chest, knocking him backward off his motorcycle. The heavy machine toppled over, its engine still rumbling on the pavement. The crowd gasped as the man hit the ground with a loud thud. His helmet rolled away, exposing his shocked expression. Before he could scramble to his feet, Max placed a firm paw on his chest, keeping him pinned. "Max, what's going on?" A bystander rushed to her side. "Your dog, he just took down that guy. He kicked him first, but your dog handled it like a pro." That's when someone in the crowd spoke up. "Wait a minute, I know that dog. That's Max. He used to be with the K9 unit. My brother was his handler." Gasps spread through the crowd. The man on the ground paled. He had just attacked a former police dog, one trained to protect and serve. Within minutes, sirens blared as a police car pulled up. Officers stepped out, immediately recognizing Max. One of them, Officer Daniels, rushed over. "Max, is that you, buddy?" Max wagged his tail, finally easing up on the motorcyclist, who scrambled to his feet, still shaken. "Ma'am, are you all right?" I think so. Max just reacted when that man kicked him." The officer's face darkened as he turned to the motorcyclist. "You kicked a service dog? Do you have any idea how illegal that is?" The man stammered, looking around for support, but the crowd was against him. People shook their heads, disgusted by his actions. "You're under arrest for animal cruelty and reckless endangerment." As the officer placed handcuffs on him, the motorcyclist muttered, I didn't know he was a cop dog. Doesn't matter. Guide dog or K9, they serve and protect." And today Max did his job. Emily knelt down, hugging Max tightly. "Good boy." As the officer led the man away, the crowd erupted into applause. Max stood proudly beside Emily, his head held high, not just as a guide dog, but as a hero once again.